All right, everyone, we're right here on Palm de Terre Lake. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to do in the post spawn. Fish are getting out deep, but there's still a lot of fish up shallow garden fry, garden brim, or around brim beds, and we're going to talk about going and throwing a frog. This right here is a spro frog. I'm going to do another video on my TikTok about which frogs I like the best. Today I got the spro frog tied on. We're out here, we're going to throw this thing around. I'm going to try to give you guys a few tips and tricks that I look for on non-grass lakes to maybe help you catch some more summertime bass. So if you're into watching big blow-ups, maybe seeing a couple big bass be caught, continue to watch the video. And if you guys if you guys are liking the content, please subscribe to the channel. We're really growing this thing. I really appreciate all y'all watching the videos, and let's get this sumbitch going.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory, yeah.
Go fishing. First and foremost, let's talk about our setup. I got an old reel here, so Lew's Mach 2 reel, 7.5-1. I got 50-pound. I think this is a Suffolk braid on here. Say tied on to a 7.3 extra heavy pride rod. This thing's a competition series, guys. It's a great rod, it's a great bang for your buck here. If you're looking for a good frogging rod, they make the rivet rod. I don't have the rivet rod yet. They're getting me one made, but this one right here, the 7.3 extra heavy competition series, is a great rod. I haven't had a fish pull me around yet. I get them to the boat and get them all boat flipped. With a frog, it's very important. You don't want to play them around on the frog. They tend to not be hooked very well, so the faster I think I can get them in the boat, the better my chances are. So I really like this setup for frogging in open water, around stumps, around cover. I don't have any grass, so I don't really have a grass rod for doing it. So this is kind of my open water, kind of all around just rod I like to frog on. I've chose my starting spot right here. We got a main lake point with a shallow water little pocket here behind it. The main reason I've chose this pocket is because it is a very shaded pocket right now. That's going to be your #1 key to catching these topwater frogging fish. You're going to have to find cover and shade. You only got so long to make it go down. I know this lake really well. I can fish shade till about noon, 1 o'clock. Most lakes, Stockton Lake, I can't do that. There's not that much shade. There's only shade till 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. So shade's very crucial. Shade is the #1 thing we're looking for, guys. We're gonna go here, we're gonna get in this shady pocket. I'm gonna show you how I like to work the frog, talk about kind of what I'm looking for as I'm going down the bank, and see if we can capture one. There's your frogging bass. Cool bite. Love it. Had that frog, boy. That's how you want them to have it. Double hooks, top of the mouth. Keeper. Alright, y'all. So that fish ate as soon as it hit the water. That doesn't happen very often. So I'm still trying to figure out how I need to work my frog. You know, some days they want it really fast. They want it coming away from them really fast. Some days they want it chugged. Some days they want it walked in place. So that's something when you get out here, you got to kind of play around with your retrieve to see what they're liking. Sometimes the retrieve will change throughout the day, so I'm always switching it up a little, see what I can get. Usually if you want to give it, I like to twitch. I still think the cut mouth on the popping frog makes enough noise. You don't need to go chug like a pop-ar, so I like to kind of twitch it. That's the way I like to work it, so let's see if we can capture another bass. All right, that fish wasn't around anything, y'all. If you look down through here and you see I got all these bushes, they're very shallow. There's a lot of rocky bank. I'm kind of just targeting the rocky bank. I'll skip it up under the bushes if I can. #1 tip I would say, if you want to learn to be good with a frog, learn to skip it. Skipping it into places others can't is a big key. Say right now that's not a big key, but when it's up in the bushes, if you get behind docks, that's going to be a big player to getting some more frog bites. Sometimes it takes you more than once. It takes me 10 times sometimes. Get to where you want it. Swing and a miss. Y'all can see I'm working this frog pretty fast down through here. I feel like those fish that are up there eating bluegills, I don't feel like you need to give them a long time to look. If I was in some really dirty water, I would slow it down because I don't feel like they can see it as well, but this water's got a good color to it. We got 1.5 to 2 foot of water clarity. That's my favorite water clarity to throw a frog, is probably that 1.5 to 2 foot, so I'm gonna keep moving down the bank pretty good. I feel like if they're up there, they're gonna bite. I ain't gonna talk them into biting. If I get to a real juicy spot where I just gotta make multiple casts, then I will. All right, here's actually one of my favorite places to throw a frog first thing in the morning here. We got the back of a pocket. We got a bunch of lay down wood, a bunch of mud back here, bunch of lay down wood. You're not gonna think this is where you're gonna find summertime bass. Sometime your biggest bass of the year live back here. They're really active really early when they got the shade. They get around the stumps. So this is my favorite time to kind of get back here and try to capture some of these bass that like to live back on some of the shallow woods first thing of the morning. They seem to be way more active than in the afternoon. They're not buried in that cover as deep. They'll actually come out and eat a bait. So it's my favorite time to get back in here and fish this kind of stuff right here. My favorite thing about frog fishing is it's very visual and it's fun, guys. If you guys want to come out here, it's a very, very fun way to fish. Usually leads to lots of numbers of fish first thing in the morning and some big fish. So, I mean, I feel like I can catch a 5-pounder anytime. Sure, the majority of the fish out deep, absolutely, but these ones that are up here shallow, they're usually pretty hungry. See, when you guys are doing this, it's a great time to turn your electronics off. You don't need them in the back of these pockets. I don't care how deep it is. I just need to know I'm throwing at the bank, I'm throwing at the wood, I'm throwing at the points. It's a very, very visual way of fishing. I'm doing more fishing with my eyes than I am my electronics. I think shutting them off leads to more bites than having them on when you're back here doing this kind of stuff. For sure. We talked about water clarity. Like I said, the dirtier the water, the frog will work in dirty water, but I find more success in this water clarity right here. This 1.5 to 2.5 foot of clarity with a little stain to it. You can catch some water on some clear water lakes. The fish don't seem to like to get up around the bank as much on clear water lakes. So this seems to be more of a stain-ish water lake deal, which I really, really like. I don't know if I got a turtle or a perch trying to eat it right now. I got something trying to eat it. Yeah, so that's my water clarity. I like to fish it in. When do I like to fish a frog? Anytime spawn, after the spawn. Seems like I kind of quit getting bit on a frog after the, when we get closer to the fall. I don't fish a lot of lakes with docks. I know some guys catch them like at the Ozarks skipping in the docks in the fall time, but I haven't got over there a lot to try at the time of year. Say usually about the end of August, 1st of September, I kind of start to put the frog away, and that's when I kind of lean more towards a buzz bait, whopper plopper, something a little more moving. Cornerstone lures, big swift, pick that back up then. It's kind of when I lean towards those kind of baits. So the back of this pocket seems to be dead. Let's roll on to the next one. Say you kind of got to fish fast this time when you're doing this kind of thing because you ain't got much time to make this bite go down. You're going to lose shade faster than you think. So we got to go. Swing and a miss. say I'm not in a tournament or anything this morning, guys, but I always keep a wacky rig Senko on the deck. Sometimes you can catch those, you know, blow up, miss your frog, blow up, you miss them, whatever happens. So it's always a good idea to keep a wacky rig Senko up on the deck. I'm not tournament fishing today. I'm just out here fishing. So he come back, got it, and I missed him again while I'm giving my instructional tutorial. How dare he? I bet he's a giant. A giant bass. Let's see if third time's a charm. See if I can get him to eat it. Yeah, can you believe he interrupted me while I was trying to tell y'all what to do? But no, keep a wacky rig Senko up on your deck. You can catch those fish a lot of times. If not, you can come back 20, 30 minutes later, throw a pair of Senko, catch that fish if you're not running out of shade. There's no shade right here, a little shallow pocket, still early in the morning. I don't feel too bad about it. I don't think he's gonna play again. So time to roll on the next spot. Man, they're not getting it. It's a good sign to change color sometimes, folks. They're not getting it. Sometimes it's time to just change your color. Sit down and do that right now. Usually I got a rule of thumb. If I miss more than 2, I sit down and change my color. I'm gonna change to a brown booyah. That seems to be, I like the bluegill colors with the yellow orangish belly. And then I like a white frog. That's more when they're on bait. And then I really like this this brown frog right here. I'm gonna have to give his legs a little more of a haircut. Perfect. All right, you guys are gonna get in the back of something like this. It's gonna take you a little bit longer to pick it apart, but that's fine because this to me is a big fish area. I'm gonna take a little more time on picking it apart. All these lay down logs, all these trees, it's gonna take a little bit to fish it. You gotta throw it each in the middle. You gotta fish real slow. So you're just looking for one big bite in this pocket. That's gonna make your day if you're out here frog fishing in the summertime. And I lost him. Jerked him out of the water. Thought he was a good one. That's not a bass. Got a turtle. I didn't even see him. You talk about a snapping turtle, son. Son of a bitch. Look at that sucker. I mean, that dadgum golly whopper. Well, I gotta figure out how to get my frog out of his mouth. Hang on. All right, we did not get our frog back, and we about lost a finger. He must have been laying right underneath that log because I thought I had a big one, and it was a big one. It just wasn't what we was looking for, so we got to get a new frog. Of course, this is an old trick. Anybody knows you're getting your frog fresh out of the pack. I like to bend the hooks up a little bit, just a little bit on that to get up the angle on it. That's gonna help you with the guys' hookup ratio. I like them pointing just slightly up. That way when I throw it in that fish's mouth, they're pointed up into the roof of his mouth. So these look all right. We're gonna trim the tails and get back after it. We've got to a steep bank here, and you're gonna say, well, Luke, it's time to put the frog down. You know, it's time to pick up a jig or something else and throw it down. Dang it, Henry. You're gonna say it's time to pick something else up. You know, you got to this bluff. Well, not exactly. What happens every time if you've been flipping down a bluff wall with a jig? What happens? You know, you throw up there, what grabs your tails? A bluegill. So the bluegill are still up there, the bass are still eating them, guys. Sometimes the bluff wall can be the hot bite. Sometimes going down the steeper banks, throw it right up on the bank. working that frog real fast, getting a reaction strike can be the deal. So you got to try it all, especially if we haven't been out here, we don't know much. We're gonna fish down this bluff wall just a minute and see if we can capture. There's a bass on the bluff wall. Little old keeper, fun bite. And this is a great time, guys. I ain't got any tournaments I gotta fish for over a month. So if you guys have any questions, you guys want to see techniques, how to throw your stuff up on the bank, write them down in the comments and let me know. That way I can do some videos on them. Say tournament content's gonna be running a little thin here for a while, so I get to get out here and actually just make some content. I would like to get a chesty, another camera. Say it's not in the budget, y'all keep watching the videos, maybe we can do it. But say, tell me what y'all want to see. I'll be more than happy to make some videos about it. Is there anything like that feeling when you used to have this? Used to be my favorite pocket to come in here and frog fish. Anybody familiar with Pondy Terre probably knows where I'm at. Say, I love coming in this cove. It's been shitty the last couple of years, but this used to be one of my favorites to come here and do some frog fishing early in the morning. Last tip I'm going to give you as far as where to fish the frog. Say we tried bluff walls, we tried back in the pockets. It's kind of a commitment thing for me, guys, to pick it up and throw it and hope I run across some big ones. Which if they're on it and you frog fish most of the day, you're usually going to catch a big one somewhere. So, you know, I'm out here first thing in the morning. I'm preaching the importance of shade, which shade is very important. But I also need to preach that sun starts to get up. You know, that 8:30, 9 to 10:30 is probably your best window to frog fish, because it's going to eliminate a lot of the shade in this pocket. It's going to make one sliver of bank shaded. That way you can go down that bank and you can fish your frog, and you know if that fish is going to bite, he's going to be in that 3-foot section, 4-foot section of bank. Instead, right now, the whole pocket shaded. There's no way to tell for whether they're going to be on this bank, that bank over there. So I kind of got to fish it all. But as soon as you start losing your shade, it's going to push the fish to one side. You can kind of focus on that side and really work it over. They all little this morning. You know what? Frog bass are still my favorite bass. Little keeper. How you want them to have it. As you know, I say, don't be scared to skip them shallow bushes, because sometimes your biggest fish can be underneath those shallow bushes, but that was not a big fish. And you should get better at skipping than I am, that way you can hit them on the first cast. Not a big one, but definitely a fish. Very
about to turn it up.
Alright, y'all, that ends our frogging trip out here on the Pond Terrace. You see, we had a little limit this morning, had lots of fun. We've only been out here for probably an hour and a half. Sun's finally getting up. I'm gonna go do some deep fishing. I'm gonna go have a good day off work. So if y'all wanna get out in the summertime, y'all wanna beat the heat, y'all wanna try something different, everybody's out fishing deep, new things to fish out deep, go beat the bank, pick up a frog, go throw it around the bank. You're gonna have lots of fun. So y'all like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what videos you'd like to see next. Like I said, I got a good break off tournaments here so I can make some videos like this. And until next time, we'll see y'all later. That's why you throw gill candy in the summertime. Ate it. Boy. Bang it.